Push it real good.
What we are doing today is installing 3-inch studs on the Calypso Clone. And it's not because the car makes so much power. I mean, that is a problem. When you have a longer stud, obviously, you can use spacers. So we want to get these wheels spaced out just right. So when we get our 275s, we want to be able to get this thing pushed out to the fender here. And there's just not enough wheel stud in the back. Now, I have cut these studs, but even stock, the most you're going to get out of that is about a 1/4 inch is about all you're going to get out of that. So we have these. Now, if you've got disc brakes in the back, it's going to be a lot easier than the way we're having to do this. But it's not a hard job. All you got to do is get your car up on jack stands like this. Now, you got a couple different options when you do this. You can either jack the car up from the pumpkin, which is this right here, and then put your jack stands under the axle. The problem is you're not going to have a lot of room up in here to get the top of the cover off, because everything's going to be pushed up. Or you can do what we did, which is just put your jack stands further down the car and let the rear end fall. So that's the way we chose to do it. It's gonna be a pretty quick job. We're gonna go ahead, take the wheels and tires off. I'll do a little time lapse for you. I'll get back with you guys in a minute. We've got the wheels off the car, so the very next thing you need to do, so you wanna go ahead and take your drum off. Alright, that's it. So that's all you're going to want to do from here. Now, everything else is going to be under the car. So let me try to get some lighting under there for you guys, and I'll show you what to do. This, like I said, it's a really simple process. If you guys want to upgrade your axles or either your studs or something like that, this is a technique you can use.
Ain't no place I'd rather be.
Alright, here we are under the car, and as you can see, if you lower your axle, you should be able to get to this. And we've gotten lazy in our older age. Andrew's old too, if you guys don't know. He's like 52
and a half.
And a half. So like I said, I'm just putting this down here to try to catch the fluid. We may go ahead and change it, but we'll see what it looks like. If it looks good, we'll save it. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead, spin this thing around, and that right there is what we're looking for. They don't usually come out that easily. Now all you're going to do is push your axle in. Could have got a longer screwdriver here. So that's one axle. So now this axle will come out. So look right here, you'll see this pin jump out as Andrew pushes this. Now all we have to do is just slide the axles out. So from here, pull them out. So it's a pretty easy job to do this. It's not super hard, doesn't take long. This would be an opportune time to go ahead and replace all of your bearings and everything. This car does not make any noises, so we're not going to be doing that. But as you can see, I had to cut the studs before. We're going to go ahead, knock these out, and replace it with some longer studs. So we're going to put a little deep creep on these just to help. And you stick a rag or something underneath it to keep from chipping the concrete and messing up anything. You're gonna have to hit the hell out of it. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead, clean myself up. We'll regroup in a minute and we'll go ahead and put these new studs in. These are Moroso studs, by the way. I'll try to find the part number if I can, but if not, you can get the ARP. Now, the ARP are what I used in the Cobra. They're a little stronger, but they're also gonna cost you a lot more money. So this is the part number for you Foxbody guys, SN guys, anybody like that, 1/2 by 20. So I'm just gonna use a few washers just to shim this up. Good old open end lug nut here, and we're going to tighten this down. Hopefully this will pull up. Tell you what, we need a fresh battery. That's all you've got to do to pull these up, and you can come back around and hit the back side of them if you need to. Pull them back down a couple more times. You need to make sure that this is square, and it's not 100% square yet, but we will get it there. I'm going to go ahead and finish doing these, and I'll get back to you guys in a few. Just like that, you have your 3-inch studs. So we're going to go ahead, do the other side, and then we'll pop these things in, see how it looks. Like I said, this is all to give us extra room when it comes to spacing out the wheels. So this way you can run whatever size spacer you want to. You have plenty of lug stud. All right, we're gonna go ahead and finish this up, and I'll get back to you guys in a few minutes. Andrew's gonna bring one of the axles over. I'm gonna slide it in. Look right here, and you should see the axle come through. There it is. And see if we can come in. Yep. Okay, there's one axle. And I have to dig my hand around in this. You should be able to see the axle pop through. There it is. Just take your C-clip. Alright, pull it. Alright guys, take this with the hole, line it up with where your bolt goes through.
Just slide it on the side of the bolt.
Yeah. And that's it. So there's not much else to see down here. We'll get back to you guys once we start filling everything up. We sprayed the cover just a satin black. It's not pretty. None of this is meant to be pretty. We're not trying to make a show car under here. Obviously, as you can tell, we're okay with that. We did clean the bolts up, and we just used silicone, so some RTV around it. How are we one bolt short? Andrew.
I didn't lose it. You lost it.
Andrew's over here cleaning all the bolts off and ended up losing one.
Left it right there.
Yeah, you lost it. Exactly. That's what I said. There we go. Andrew, everybody wants to know what the torque specs are on this.
That.
About like that. That's not a star pattern. No, you just get confused.
Yeah, I had it going good. You had to come over here with your star pattern.
Oh, okay. All right, so I got to get an extension so that Andrew can pull the plug out. Do you want to ratchet or you want to try to use that?
I don't want to ratchet.
All right, there's the extension. I didn't throw it, Andrew. I tell you, millennials these days. Andrew's saying we got a problem.
No, okay, I'm an idiot.
Was that the...
That was the problem.
So right about there in that vicinity is going to be your plug where you put in your fluids. So I don't know if you guys can see this. It's probably blown out, but we're going to have to clean this thing out. And tell you what, I'll get back to you after we do that.
Push it real good.
Oh shit. See, me and Andrew can't work together. We just start singing weird shit. Alright, so you guys said you wanted more videos like this of us working on stuff and how-tos. So I'm going to give you these videos, but you guys got to watch them, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. Every time I post a video with a how-to, it gets no views. So that's why we have to get creative with the wording. So this particular video, if you guys don't mind, give it a share. I'm not going to tell you to like it because I don't really care if you like it or not. But that's fine. But you know, hey, give it a share. If it helps somebody, then that's what it's all about. Okay, well, while Andrew gets that off, we're going to go up here and get these bottles ready. You might be thinking to yourself, how in the hell do you get fluid like up there like that? Well, it is not easy, guys. It's aggravating, to say the least. There's a couple different ways of doing it, but I have a really good way if I can get this out. Are you just trying to piss me off?
Is it working?
No. So what we have here is just like a little hand pump that you can get at the auto parts store with a hose attached to the end of it, and it's in one of the quart bottles. It just screws on. Go ahead and put this, I think it's like 2 quarts, whatever it is. Put it in there until it starts to come out of the hole. Once it starts to come out of the hole that you're putting it in, then you can stop. All right, we'll catch you guys in a few minutes. So we went ahead and put the quad shocks back on the car also while we're here. As you can see, we have our 3-inch studs. Did I ever get it to start?
It doesn't feel like it's moving. We're going to see.
We're going to see. Oh yeah,
oh, yeah,
this is good. All right. And we just got to put the nut on this side. We'll get everything painted up under the car. You know, we'll make it look nice. But right now we are just, you know, we're just trying to get everything going. We'll get new shocks and struts and paint everything and just make it look better. We are done, guys. So what we're going to do, Andrew's got to go home. So what we're going to do real quick like is throw 2 spacers on this side of the car to hopefully get this thing spaced out the way we want it. And then tomorrow what I'll do is I'll go pick up some spacers to match. So let's go ahead, get this knocked out real quick, get these wheels back on the car, and let's see how the stance looks. This is the fitment that we were wanting. As you can see, that's pretty much money right there. That's the way you want it. It gives us a little bit of room in there. So what this will allow us to do now is play with different size spacers. So we can put any length spacer we want to on there, and look, we got plenty of wheel stud left. So that's with a 1/2-inch spacer already on it. But I'll go ahead and take you over here for now. And as you can see, big difference in fitment. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching. So I figured I would come on outside, show you guys during the daylight the fitment difference in this car now. So, and as you can see, it does leave a little bit of room for a 275 if we choose to do that. Also, we have 2 spacers on the car right now, and they are not hub-centric spacers. So I know a lot of you guys are going to wonder about that and ask about it. Eventually, we'll get some hub-centrics, but for right now, what we're doing is stacking 1/4-inch spacers to get the fitment right. So once we go to a 275, we very well may have to stick with just a 1/4-inch spacer. The fitment is pretty close to this. So this car has a 275 on the back with a 10-inch wheel, and this car still has some room left, so we should be able to squeeze a 275 on it. Right now, that's a 255. So there you go. There's your fitment difference. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.